A couple million feet, all cash, baby. I eat a little cheese and a rash, baby. I eat a little cheese like snack, baby.
What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. Today's video is episode 7 of the series Breaking Through Mental Health with professional trainer Justin Allen. I hope y'all are still enjoying this series. Personally, I feel like this has been a huge success already, and I'm so blessed to be able to interview these people. My goal is to promote mental health as something that is normal within the sports community, and to also inspire you guys that despite your challenges, despite what you're going through mentally, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and you have the power within you to change your life at any given moment and become the person that you want to become. You're loved, you're cared for, you matter, and most importantly, you are not alone in this fight. He is the younger brother of NFL player Dwayne Allen, but Justin has made a name for himself in the training industry. He played football at City College of San Francisco for a year, where he won the Junior College National Championship. He then transferred to D1 New Mexico State University and played there for 2 years. He retired from the game due to career-ending injuries. He's now one of the best trainers in the world. He founded his own training business called All In Sports Performance in the summer of 2016, located in Houston, Texas. He trains athletes of all levels, high school, college, and pro, and of different sports like NFL and the NBA, and even celebrities. He's been featured on Netflix documentary Last Chance U. He's an official Nike trainer, and he's also an ambassador for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Academy. He is big time, and I'm so happy I was able to get him on here so he can talk to y'all about mental health and his story. So I'd like to welcome Justin Allen for episode 7. How you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. So let's just get things started. So just talk a little bit about yourself and your background.
A little bit about me. From Houston, Texas. Went to Cypress Creek High School. Graduated there and went on to play basketball, then football, and at the college level. Before my injury, had double hip reconstruction, ruptured my tendon in my finger. That led me to back to where something I had dreamed of as a kid. I had told my mom when I was younger that I wanted to open a gym. Never thought about being a trainer or anything, but definitely want to do something to give back to the less fortunate and bring something back to the community. So my injuries helped me make that dream a reality a lot sooner than I expected.
That's what's up. So being an athlete and now a trainer, you've obviously been around sports your whole life. So why do you think there's a stigma on mental health within the sports community?
I think it's just being honest. We're supposed to be, these superheroes and superior to everyone else, but everyone forgets that we're human. So It's kind of hard for us as athletes and those around us to understand that we have almost the same battles that they have. It's just that we have more responsibilities to handle on top of that. So that doesn't make it any even better. So I think we run from it as athletes, former athletes, and in the sport community, instead of embracing it and understanding that it's normal and helping each other and growing from it, and embracing the hard times, not just when everything's going well.
Thanks. So you're obviously a super successful trainer now. You train celebrities and some of the best athletes in the world, all levels, college, pro, high school. We got, James Harden, DeMarcus Cousins, the 2021 6th pick NFL draft, Jalen Waddle, Earl Thomas. So you're around all these guys. But what people fail to realize is that it wasn't always, great times for you. So kind of elaborate on the come up and kind of your story before becoming the person that you are today.
I mean, it was a lot of adversity. Went through a year long of depression. I battled myself. I felt like I failed. I felt like the person I want to be, I couldn't become because of football, my injuries, the pain that I would wake up in, different adjustments I had to make throughout my life. So I think all of that prepared me for those moments, though, because that's really what they are. You enjoy them for what they are, because you know it's the game comes and goes quickly. So I mean, I enjoy it as it comes, but it wasn't easy. It looks easy from where they see me at now, but the journey to get to this point was rough. Like I can't say that I wouldn't do it again, because it's gotten me to the point where I feel like I can do anything. But to look back and see what I had to go through, I even sometimes be like, wow, it's impressive, because it inspires me to keep going. And then when I think I had it hard, I always meet somebody, and a lot of the big names you named had crazy stories just like me. And so it shows me like I'm not alone, and it allows me to help the next person who may be going through the same thing that I was going through when I was lost, when those hard times were taking control of my mental, and when my mind was focused on my success being what I was doing, you know what I'm saying? Instead of who I am, I had to get to know myself. And I think that was probably the biggest things that I learned throughout that journey.
Right. So again, going back to your injuries, your football career didn't go as planned because of your career-ending injuries, double hip replacement, and your finger tendon replacement. So that moment when you realized that it was essentially over, what was going on in your head? Like, what were you thinking mentally at that specific moment when you heard, that's it?
I was just numb. It was just like a movie. Like, there's no way I put in so much work. Like, I beat these odds. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no odds against me. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just felt like this, you know what I'm saying? Like, blah. Like,
Yeah.
I
Just kind of like there's nothing, it's just neutral.
it was just neutral, just like blah. And literally, like, what helped me, I sat down one day at the table and I wrote my name down. I was like, who are you? Like, I was at that point. I spaced my name out, and like I literally saw all in. I was like, and then I started putting the pieces together that I was in depression as the days went by. And when I spaced my name out, I sent it to my cousin, my closest cousin since I was a kid. We grew up together, so she's an artist. And when I sent it to her, and I told her I was in depression, and I was trying to, you know what I'm saying, figure out who I was and reinvent myself, recreate some things for myself. And I just was going in detail, and like throughout those details and how she knows how I am as a person, she sent it back with the poker chips. And then it all just made sense from there. And I was just like, oh my God. And so like that moment helped me like
That was
realize
like a turning point, I guess.
Yeah, it was like that turning point, like, oh, okay. Like, your name is it. Like, you already, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it just changed my whole mindset. Like, I can't even make this up.
Right.
And I just seen it from a whole different view. And snapped out of the depression, moved back to Houston and started training. And fell in love ever since.
That's what's up. So I know this isn't one of the questions that I sent you. What you said I just thought of the question when you said that when you realize you have depression. So like as a man, you realize, damn, like I have depression. And in society, there's the image of a perfect man, which is just always being tough and emotionless and like all that, right? So how did it make you feel as a man to admit to yourself that you had depression?
I don't think it was hard admitting it to myself. I think the hard part was realizing that's what was going on.
Right.
Like, you can see people go through depression and everyone acts out differently. And you can hear about people going through depression, but to actually go through it, like, your mindset is not like just, oh, I'm going through depression. Like it was some things that I didn't see that others saw, and I'd be like, what? and then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I started to realize patterns, little things. I was just like, bro, something's not right. And then I started to think, and I was like, oh, I'm in depression. And then
It's
I was
really
able
to be
Aware of like yourself. That's when you realize.
yeah.
so
Yeah.
Through all of your challenges, is there one in particular that was the toughest one mentally? Like a story, a memory, whatever it is, was there one that just kind of stands out from the rest?
Probably my story of getting my first gym. A lot of people don't know this. I literally had like $2,500 to my name, and I found this spot, and it was like 10,000 more than I had, and this was gonna be monthly, and I was just like I'm ready, and I just signed a 2-year contract, and that was all she wrote from there. Like God just has been putting everything into place for me. I just been putting in the work, and I just took that leap of faith, and I think it was probably the toughest decision I had to make. But after everything I had been through, I knew that you know what I'm saying, I would overcome any obstacle that I was faced, and that's just what I live by with today. So that would probably be one of the toughest decisions, toughest obstacles.
That leap of faith can change anything. Just one leap. As a trainer, we all know you can train your players physically, but what about mentally? Do you teach players, celebrities, whoever you train, do you teach anything on the mental side of the game?
That's the most important for me. I think that's what makes my training a little bit different. I don't really know how a lot of people train. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just different when you're inside the gym and what you post. So I'm not gonna say that I'm doing something that a lot of other people don't do, but I know my main focus is the mental part of the training. Anybody can read a book, get certified, and learn how to train people. But that mental part and that ability to, you know what I'm saying, like keep one's attention and, you know what I'm saying, give off that positive energy and that knowledge that's needed I think that's the most important.
Right.
So you're always on the go, you're traveling, you're probably in high demand. So how do you make sure that your mental health is up to par and you don't go back to where you were, years ago when you went through depression?
Honestly, it's not something that I think about. I feel like whatever obstacle I'm faced with, like me and God will figure it out and we'll get through it. I can't lose. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's my best friend. And once I got to know who I was, like I put all my fears in his hands. So to be honest with you, I don't think about that. I just think about building, growing, trying to attain as much knowledge so that those moments will be defeated before they even come. So I just keep going.
All right.
So you founded your own training business not too long ago, well, like 6-7 years ago. What's your advice to those who are trying to do their own thing, just don't know where to start, maybe lack of confidence? What's your advice?
My advice is to find out why you like to train or why you want to train. And once you know your why and your purpose, it'll make things a lot better. Don't just this is not industry you get in to make money or to, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just take what someone else is doing because you don't know the philosophy behind it. And so it's something that you have to have a passion for. It's something that you have to have patience for. People's lives are on the line and people have goals that they want to reach. And our duty is to help them reach those goals and become better people at the same time. So understand the industry that is placed in front of you. And when you're given that platform, respect the platform and trust the process.
Exactly.
So last question, what's your final advice to the athletes, even trainers, that are struggling with a mental health disorder but just don't know how to go about it?
Don't be afraid to speak out. It's normal. You're normal. I struggle with the same thing. I still get thoughts, but the thing about it is I understand and know how to control them. So like, I understand that we all have those moments, and I don't allow those moments to creep up or take control of my thoughts, or you know what I'm saying, my emotions. So always stay in control of that. Take nothing personal, and don't be emotional with things. Understanding that you're in
Taking
control
things
of who you.
That was probably the biggest thing, not taking things personal, especially with other people. Don't take things personal.
Exactly. You can't take anything personal. Everybody's different. You don't know where it's coming from. Everybody has different insecurities, and we're all battling a different problem. So take nothing personal, and don't believe anything that isn't positive about yourself, and continue to uplift yourself. That's the most important thing. We think we're crazy when we talk to ourselves, but
That's needed.
like, if you don't pep talk yourself, like you can't expect the next person to. So a lot of people don't understand that a lot of those things are normal, and like to embrace it and face it. Don't run from it.
Right.
The more you run from it, the longer you'll run from finding a solution. Find out why you're getting those thoughts. Find out what's making you do this, and then understand that the future is more important than the past holding you back.
Right.
Well, thank you. Appreciate your time. I know, like I said before, you're in high demand, so I appreciate you finding the time to do this interview on mental health.
Most definitely, I appreciate the opportunity.
I hope episode 7 was enjoyable. Again, I'm going to emphasize this probably in almost every video. It's not always going to be good times. What matters at the end of the day is how you rise up through the hard times. And it all starts in here. If you're not right up in here, life in general will not be right either. This is your motor. This is where it all begins. Once you grasp the concept of the mind and how important it is to take care of your mental health, so many more doors will open. You'll see life so much more differently. Your decisions will change, your views will change, and your confidence will change for the better. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you underdogs later.
I'm breaking chains. Yeah. Tell me feeling bubbly off the rose. Friends turn to foes, haters tell them go away. Rappers making shiggy dance like a soul train.